special Stage 2 of the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge was a 257-kilometre loop from Qasr Al Sarab and then back again. Taking in big dunes again today, Brinkman and Dale Moscatt in the PH Sport Zephyr spent 4 hours and 39 minutes in the desert, longer than expected. They were 16th in the T3 category.
The easiest way to summarise today is Glenn learnt why they added the word challenge to the end of Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge. Difficult day, but that's, as I say, that's part of these sorts of events. The first 30 Ks or so was fine, and then Ekstrom came through and we tagged onto the back of him and we were following him, and obviously they're pushing on really hard, and we had a bit of a big panic break into one drop away, and something went wrong with the brakes, so we had to pull over and check it. It's way too dangerous out there to be pushing on with no brakes, so had a little bit of a play with that. Unfortunately we couldn't find anything, so we pushed on. We tapped it off to just rear brakes for a little while, but it doesn't take long for them to get hot, so eventually we just had to basically put up with minimal brakes for the day. So in a sand event, not the end of the world. Obviously the resistance there, the car does slow itself down anyway, but yeah, we had to coast into a lot of stuff that we would normally be pushing up into. That was that side. Quite a hot day today, and we had an issue with one of the electrical plugs on one of the fans. We have two thermo fans on the cooling pack, and one of them was playing up, so I'm not quite sure what it was. The light was showing that the fan was on, so yeah, we had to stop a couple of times when the car went into a limp mode, and after it did that a couple of times and scrolled through some pages and found that yes, the light was saying it was on, but there was zero current draw, so there was no voltage going through the fan, and jumped out, and sure enough the fan, one of them wasn't actually working. So a little bit of MacGyvery stuff and got that going, and it got us through to the end of the day, so not the end of the world.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. I learned a lot today. We had obviously had the overheating issues and had to stop several times just to let it cool down before we entered the big dunes, until we realised it was a pretty easy solution to fix. Push a plug back in, and wish we'd have known that 3 hours earlier. But look, they were pretty big dunes today and very technical, so that's what I'm here for. So I'm not overly concerned about the loss of time, more that we got to do it all, and I'll keep learning.
And this is a long rally, so realistically dropping a bit of time on day 2 is not the end of the world.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, the result is what it is, so long as we keep going and getting to do every kilometre of the dunes, that's the most important thing for me. And it's certainly a challenge, that's for sure.
What was the highlight of the day? I know what the low light was, but what was the highlight of the day?
As much as I'm nervous about hitting the really dry sand in the afternoon, and that was probably the highlight. When you get through it and you get through it good, you feel like a superstar.
And tomorrow, what's the plans for tomorrow? I know the guys are working on the car to try and fix the brakes and things. What's the plan for tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll resolve the problems. It's a little bit hard to explain what it is, but they're smart guys, they'll work it out. And we'll just start fresh tomorrow and do our best.